The Federal Housing Finance Agency, the FHFA, who have Fannie and Freddie in conservatorship, have expanded their eligibility for alternative appraisal methods on purchase loans by increasing the loan to values. Yeah. A little risky here, isn't it? The maximum LTV ratio will increase from 80% to 90% for appraisal waivers, and from 80% to, get this, 97% LTV for inspection-based appraisal waivers, consistent with the standard guide eligibility guidelines. Now, Nawad Tago, I believe that's how it's pronounced, Deputy Director of the Division of Housing Mission and Goals for the FHFA, that's a mouthful, she said, to be clear, the expanded eligibility of appraisal waivers does not constitute an expansion of a credit box, but rather it will allow more first-time home buyers, and particularly low and moderate income buyers, to recognize the benefits associated with appraisal waivers. That being, it's going to be cheaper. So how do you feel about this? Because I don't really know. Appraisals, I mean, they're just too damn expensive these days. It's ridiculous. All by design, by the way, via a series of bad policies and inevitabilities that were completely avoidable. So I guess this is good news in a sense that the price on appraisals is going to come down with these new waivers, but the quality of an actual appraiser doing an actual appraisal on a property is also going to go down. Now remember, if you get a waiver and you don't like it, you can always go fall back on a real appraiser through an AMC. So it's not the end of the world, but time and cost are going to go up for those scenarios, more expensive. So let's see how this whole thing plays out.
Laura Escobar, head of the Mortgage Bankers Association, told its 250,000 members that she will work to bring the issue of housing affordability to the forefront for policymakers and government officials, and would campaign to loosen regulations in mortgage lending and home building. She says the U.S. is short 1.5 million homes and that the country's housing stock isn't keeping pace with the number of households.
And she's right, but the numbers are worse than she even said. Now, Escobar, the incoming president at the Mortgage Bankers Association, is also the head of Lennar's lending wing. Ain't that interesting? So is she pushing a new home builder agenda, or is she advocating for mortgage bankers? In this case, I think it's a win for everybody. But considering her role at Lennar, let's just put it this way. Let's applaud the hell out of her agenda so far. Finally, somebody's doing the right thing here. But right after you stop clapping, put your MBA hat back on and really bring affordability back to all of our clients by allowing competition on all of those new home builds that she's advocating for, and have all lenders on level playing fields. Then we'll really be saving money for our clients, and we'll really be cooking without bacon grease.
In a document filed on Monday in U.S. District Court in Kansas City regarding the recent NAR Missouri settlement, Tanya Monestier, a Buffalo law professor, took issue with the business practice changes, saying they don't do enough to protect consumers. She also objected to the fees that are expected to be paid out to the plaintiff's attorneys. The objection is 132 pages in length. Monestier claims that she filed an objection this long because she believes no one else will.
Oh, Ms. Monestier, these settlements are coming all over the place. They're dropping like flies from absolutely everybody. So let's not do too much pandering here. Perhaps Tanya wants a part of the money that the lawyers took. She goes on to say this settlement is sorely lacking outside neutral analysis, that she wishes there were more voices closely scrutinizing whether this settlement provides the value it claims to aggrieved class members, and whether the attorneys have provided $250 million in value to this class. She wrote, as far as I know, those voices are nowhere to be heard. There are a whole bunch of voices that need to be heard, not just hers, like from the agents and the clients that they represent, or maybe some of that money that nobody has to go ahead and pay for realtors or any other type of representation, or about a system that wasn't broken in the first place, and about how, yeah, those lawyers who now have more of your brokerage earned commissions on those fees that you're actually getting sued over, that were too high. Ain't it funny that the ones who got all the money that they claim is ill-gotten are, yeah, them stinking attorneys? Nothing's changed. Information. It reigns king in the mortgage and real estate business, especially if you're trying to grow it. You got to look at our friends over at Realtor. You can get all the information, all the analytics of every realtor, every lender in the country. But unlike the other sites, Realtor is more up to date, and Realtor gives you cell phone numbers. You just won't believe the information. We use it every day. Anyways, if you want to get more information on Realtor, just go ahead and click the link down below.